buddy.
What's up, guys? So, as some of you may have saw a couple weeks ago, we decided to really, you know, up the truck. Not in the way you would think, though. So we broke a drive shaft and deployed the airbag. So today we're gonna start making sure that we don't break another drive shaft, and we're gonna put our new steering wheel on, traction bars, and yeah, I mean, that's gonna be our main focus for today. Aidan will be doing a brake job on the tank over there. So cool. That's where we're at. And then a little bit later, Ryan and I are gonna have to go pick up my car from the shop where it's getting its quaif differential and ACT clutch. So today's very automotive and big day. All right, so I have the steering wheel off. Just needed to get a steering wheel puller, and yeah, that was easy. So now I'm working on getting this NRG hub adapter adapted in. I think I'm gonna have to take out this clock spring assembly to get the splines of the hub adapter here in the middle to work. Allow this to bolt to it. We have the clock spring off almost. There's one more connector sort of down I gotta get at. Finding more surprises. So this little kick panel under our steering column there, air fresheners. So as you can tell, our budget just keeps getting better and better with all the surprises we find the deeper we dive into this truck. It's been 3 years, we've had it almost all apart except for like what's deep under the dash here, and we're still finding things. So this is sick.
Might find a dead and some
Like new.
No, I wasn't even doing that. You want to run them through what we're doing real quick while the song's quiet enough?
I cut the airbag out, and now it looks like there's an airbag back. So I just take some screws, put that back in, and cool. So as you can see here, we now have a ladder bar set up for this truck. We didn't end up going with Caltrax or I forget the other one, slapper bars that a lot of people do for two-wheel drive. I really didn't want to spend the money to get the Caltrax. I really like those, but being a fabricator, I decided I'd rather just make my own. So what we did here is I fabricated some brackets in the back here, 2 slots or 2 areas, one on top, one on bottom. Basically, this bottom bar is parallel with the drive shaft, which is what you want for the best. I can't remember what it is.
Geometry?
Yeah, sure. So the bottom bracket bar here is exactly 2 feet, comes out, stops right here where the front leaf perches or leaf spring, and the drive shaft is parallel with this bar for the best geometry. And then I added this third member right here, and that's what makes it a ladder bar. Because pretty much when people make these, they don't put inserts on the inside, they just put little tiny bars, hence ladder bar. But the reason the drive shaft snapped is because the U-joint let go from all the torque and the sticky tires, so the axle was twisting like this. And now we have contact up here, contact on the bottom, and contact under here to keep the axle from twisting. You have very minimal going up and down, but you don't want that twist. So I ended up fabbing some of these bars up, hell of a lot cheaper than some other people making them, and then I added our little logo rad right in the middle just to make them look nice. All TIG welded and
Not our official logo, but we'll talk about it as a brand.
You can't put our official logo on that.
Bet your ass.
I bet your ass we couldn't. It's too thick and it's too small.
That's what she said.
No, honestly.
Well, buddy, how's it going? Since we're not talking about hip hop anymore.
It's going. I got the speed sensor, got to it finally, and the plastic cap that goes over the, I'm assuming it's electromagnet or something, but broke off in the housing, and unfortunately we don't have any pulleys here, so I'm trying to use a bolt because of like the grippy threads, and seeing if I can extract it that way. It's kind of working, but
yeah, this is not, you know, boding well for us here. Your daily broken, my daily at a shop,
yeah,
completely torn apart.
I mean, the annoying
It
thing
appears
was,
to be Ryan having, it's the only one here with a working vehicle.
well, I mean, the annoying thing is it wasn't really like broken, it wasn't driving correctly. It wasn't safe, I guess, would be the way to put it. And I'd prefer it to be on the safe side, I guess. But yeah, no, we're gonna try to do the parking brake and the front brakes and try to figure out why the brake light's on, the ABS light's on. It looks like some of the calipers are all chewed up and frozen, so maybe it's gonna be a full brake job, which I don't want to do.
So as I'm putting this hub on here, we noticed we got a couple other problems, so I gotta pull the ignition switch as well as the blinker stock here. This whole end of the steering column here has some play in it, and I don't know if it was originally a feature of the truck or that happened with the airbag, but you can see some screws down here on the column that are supposed to hold it tight, and they're not tight, so I'm gonna just get in there and tighten them up. Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have all this working when it gets put back together, because if the ignition switch breaks, it's gonna suck. But that's kind of the story of this truck, how it just breaks itself. So Ryan's welding in the traction bar, so hopefully you could hear what I said, and yeah, I'm gonna keep working at that, and we'll update you whenever the next hiccup comes, because that's how it kind of feels today. So basically, the end of the steering column here is held into this sub-assembly, bearing, whatnot, and the screws that hold that to the steering column and the dash and whatnot, right in here you can see I have the little nut driver bit attached to that one. Those were loose, so that's why this whole thing was shaking. I literally tightened up just the first one there, and it's already a million times better. So simple problem, simple solution, just a pain in the ass having to take this blinker stock off. Luckily don't have to take that off, because I really don't want to mess with that, because what happens if it doesn't go back together. So that's the update on that one. Adding the quick release, not as simple as it sounded in our case, but that's the story of this truck. So gotta get used to it a little bit, but here's the quick release setup. So we have an NRG adapter, hub adapter, and then we have the NRG quick release. I forget what style this is. This is like a year old. And then yeah, we have our genuine, lovely OMP wheel. So
we get to keep the horn.
We can keep the horn, however, I took out the clock spring, so yeah, no, it's just way easier. Just take out the clock spring and say F your horn, put it somewhere else. But what I like about this one, you can't put it on the wrong way, because the quick release will lock itself where it needs to go. So it'll allow us to always keep the wheel straight. In Dodge Dakota fashion, there's probably a little bit of play somewhere. Hopefully not in the steering shaft, because that's brand new.
So I got the pieces all welded up and in there, each side, underneath. I had a support in the back. I had to remove one of the leaf spring clamps, or whatever you call them. U-bolts. U-bolts. So now I'm just putting it all back together. I'm not going to worry about pulling the bracket out and painting everything and whatnot. I'm just going to leave it. We'll probably have it apart this winter again anyway. We're going to do a 4-link suspension and go from there, change up a bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to leave it in there and get rid of the corn again, and hopefully not get hit in the face with a steering wheel or airbag.
Yeah. Also, that's fresh. Fresh.
Well, Ryan and DJ have been working on the Dakota all day. They got a bunch of stuff done. Traction bars, steering wheel, some other stuff. I've been working on my truck all day, trying to do a brake job. Got it all torn apart. Got to go run to the parts store, pick up some parts. New caliper on the driver's side, front and rear, new pads all the way around. And then I put the new ABS sensors in the front, and then later we're going to try to do the e-brake cable, either from the pedal all the way back or just replace the sections that are bad. But yeah, hopefully we'll be racing soon. Look forward to seeing it.
So something I figured I'd show you, Ryan's cleaning up right now. Aidan just left, he's got some stuff going on, and probably gonna be a little bit before we come to you with the update on my car, which is something that we're gonna have on the vlog for the first time, officially. Probably go f around with that, because some pretty serious upgrades have happened to it, and we haven't really talked about what I've done to my daily, so that'll be fun. But wanted to show you what we actually broke when the drive shaft went and it set off all the airbags, because that is by far one of the most ridiculous clips I think any of us have seen. So there is our culprit. We ended up pulling the bolts right out of the yoke. Basically what happened, the axle, the pinion of the axle pointed up to the sky, and the threads decided they didn't want to be there anymore. So that's why we have the ladder bars. That's why, you know, we went through all of that. Basically, we want to make sure we don't do that again. Mostly because I don't think Ryan here wants to be punched in the face by an airbag again. He said that multiple times.
Not again.
Nah, I think he might have been a little concussed, but, you know, he passed concussion protocol, so, you know, we're going to let him on the track again. It's most unfortunate because he's probably going to be the one to break it again.
I'm going to give her the dinner.
I mean, you were the one who blew up the 318. You're the one that blew up the airbags.
Yeah.
You are hell. All right, guys, so that's it for stuff getting done on this truck today. Aidan will be back a little bit later. Him and his fiance just went to go grab some stuff. So I'm sure I'll have the camera out and bugging the shit out of him just for good measure. For now, Ryan and I just got back. We just picked up my Focus, which is the car that has not been really introduced to the channel yet. I got my stinker pinkers on, my pink wheels, so I'm going to take you for a ride and talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to try and use this long weekend that we have right now to film a little something for the channel. Right now it's a little ugly, but it's alright. We moved past, so let's go for a ride. Alright guys, so this is the old hidden daily. It pretty much was just the dirty deeds done dirt cheap there for a little while, but it's now been built into something a little bit special. It's kind of a shame I'm the worst automotive YouTuber in the world and didn't cover any of that. So today we just picked it up. You saw we were working on the Dakota. Picked it up from Kinetic Motorworks in New Hampshire, and my friend Max has done an ACT clutch and a Quaife limited slip differential as two of my newest upgrades. A bunch of chassis stiffening. I don't know if you can hear. This is pretty loud in here. But yeah, this is my big turbo Focus ST. Ryan and I are going to do a couple pulls, and yeah, this is pretty much it for the video. We're going to close it out after that. I know the Ford Focus isn't anything like you guys are used to seeing on the channel, the truck stuff, but I assure you this is just as shitbox as the rest of them.
Of course, this is all done. We went to the Mexican border, just crossed over and everything, so.
Yeah, man, northern Mexico's so nice this time of year.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So I'll give you guys a little flat foot shift here in a sec. Gonna have to turn off traction control because that was almost embarrassing. So that's it. This is sort of the hidden project, we'll call it. I'm gonna start making more content with this car, but for now, here's a little teaser of my daily driver that is sadly making more power than my race truck. Yeah, that's how that one goes. So if you like this video, you know, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I just passed another ST, probably look like a f***ing idiot right now. Hi, friend, if you see this. But yeah, so if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.